Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA video, we're going to be taking a look at some GTA 6 information from one of the most respected video game reporters and journalists in the business, Jason Schreier, who says that Grand Theft Auto 6 is, quote, years away. We'll be talking about his interaction with some Rockstar insiders and a whole lot more. All right, so to give you a quick backstory on what's happened over the last couple of weeks, essentially Jason Schreier wrote an article for Kotaku outlining Rockstar's culture of crunch over the last 18 months. And one of the things he said in that article was that Rockstar was in the early stages of development on their next project, which was a new installment in the Grand Theft Auto series. So long story short, GTA 6 was in early development, but he said there was going to be a couple of things about the story and that it could end up being shorter or moderately sized, with Rockstar releasing DLCs later on after release to fill in some of the content that might initially be missing from day one. However, he still said for a Rockstar-sized game that it would be pretty big. And then after that article came out, we started getting reports from Rockstar insider Tez Funds 2 and former Rockstar insider Yan2295 that the game was almost 60 to 70% done. They were having conflicting reports saying that there's no way it's in early development, that early development likely started in either 2016 or 2017, and that there's no way this is true. So it was weird. You had like a clash of the titans. You had Jason Schreier, who at the time was working for Kotaku, one of the most respected video game journalists in the business, and other outlets like IGN reporting that the game was in early development. But you had all these Rockstar insiders that are close to the community and have potentially their own sources saying that's not true, that it's been in development for a couple of years and is over halfway done. And this story ended up taking an interesting twist, as the other day, Yan2295 ended up interacting with Jason Schreier on Twitter. And they had a little bit of a back and forth where some information was revealed. So Yan was responding to someone, and he quoted an earlier tweet where he said, "Leslie didn't work on RDR2," referring to Leslie Benzies, and despite what Jason, referring to Jason Schreier, said, there is absolutely no way GTA 6 is still in early stages. And Jason chimed in saying, "Sorry, dude, it is. Not what fans want to hear, but that game is years away." And then Yan ended up responding again, "I don't doubt your knowledge and sources, but there is absolutely no way. It just doesn't work." Wow. So again, the clash of the titans continues. You've got Yan saying GTA 6 is not in early stages, and Jason Schreier for the first time responding to Yan saying that that is not the case. He knows it's not what fans want to hear, but the game is years away. Yikes. That is some grim news for us GTA 6 fans here. And if Jason Schreier is to be believed, which I'm leaning towards believing him. I mean, I feel like he just has so many connections. It's strange. That would mean we're at least a couple of years away. I mean, when he says years away, could that be 2021, 2022, 2023, 24, 25? Goodness gracious, I know that seems like a long time away, but could that be the timeline in which we see Grand Theft Auto 6 end up getting released? So that's going to be the hot topic of today's discussion, and I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Who are you inclined to believe here? Insiders like Yan2295 and Tez Funds 2, or Jason Schreier? Do you think the game is over halfway done, or do you think it's still in early development, years away? Now, there was a little bit of a follow-up to that. Jason ended up replying to someone on his own. So someone ended up saying, everyone knows it's years away. How many though? And Jason said, who knows? I'm sure they, referring to Rockstar, have some vague window in mind, but with what's going on right now, all bets are off. And that's not shocking at all. I've heard rumors and reports that GTA 6 was supposed to be announced right now, but with Rockstar working from home and the uncertainty going on in the world, maybe those plans were either pushed back or changed. So he believes Rockstar has some window in mind, but Right now, it's anyone's guess. So he's still saying that the game is multiple years away. That is kind of unfortunate. Now, Yan2295 and Jason Schreier were not the only ones to get involved in this discussion. You guys might remember Liberty93, aka Chris, who is the owner of Rockstar Mag, a community site. He's very much involved with Rockstar in the community. He chimed in and had this to end up saying. He responded to both Yan and Jason saying, if the development of the game has been rebooted, yes, GTA 6 is in early development. If not, I can confirm that this is not the case. Okay, very interesting. So he's saying that there might have been a potential reboot or restart to GTA 6's development. And that might be where a little bit of the confusion is coming from. Jason might know that there's a reboot or a restart, where someone like Yan and TezFunds2 might not end up knowing that. And that might be where the confusion lies. And honestly, I think the only person that 100% knows for sure definitely has to be Rockstar here. They obviously know if a development reboot or restart has begun. Now, that's not the only thing that Chris Liberty93 had to say. In responding to the GTA forum site on Twitter, he said, I've been talking about it a lot for a few months, and Dan's departure can confirm it. I think Jason may be right, and that Yan and Tez are right too. I'm certain that the development has been rebooted. Not totally, but a large part. So that definitely is something interesting to think about. If Rockstar had been developing GTA 6 for years now, and then they might have hit like a snag or a bump in the road and said, we've got to switch directions here. And that might explain why we haven't either heard any information, or in general, they just haven't said anything about the game. And as a follow-up to that, the GTA forum site said, yeah, both sides are sure they are right, so it's going to be interesting what happens over the next year or so, and whether we hear anything from Rockstar. And Chris said, Tez is talking about 2015. I can at least assure that in 2017 that was the case. I think Rockstar won't say anything, unfortunately. So that last part I can almost guarantee you. I don't ever believe Rockstar would come out and say like, hey, we had to scrap GTA 6, now we're starting over, so it's going to be a couple more years. Like, first of all, I doubt they would phrase it like that. But I also doubt they would just come out and say that. So we might not ever know what would happen. And if a restart or a reboot did end up happening to GTA 6, I think there's so many unknowns because reboots and restarts can be different at each different studio. You know, it could be a partial reboot that just changed a couple of things. It could be a total reboot like Uncharted 4. And speaking of Naughty Dog, they were able to turn that game around in just 2 years. But as reports have come out and said, the crunch at that studio was very bad for their developers, employees. And since Rockstar had sort of the same culture problem, or used to, we know that they don't anymore, Rockstar might not be able to say like, hey, employees, developers, artists, we're going to work like every day for 2 years to, make up for lost time. That's something that they don't do anymore. So we'll just have to wait and see. I think rebooting a game is never usually a good thing for the studio, but sometimes there's probably not a choice. So it'll be interesting to see how Rockstar handle that, if that is indeed the case. And the last thing we're going to be covering in this video today, Yan2295 chimed in on the GTA forum site on if he believes GTA 6 ended up getting a reboot. There was some discussion about a random social club background that has nothing to do with the next GTA title or Grand Theft Auto 6. But someone ended up asking Yan, they said, don't answer if you can't or don't want to, but since you are here, are you still confident the game didn't get a restart? Or maybe things changed lately? And he said, I don't believe in a, in quotes, restart. Okay, so take that however you like. Former Rockstar Games insider Yan says that he doesn't believe Rockstar restarted game development on GTA 6. Very, very interesting. Okay, so I know that was a lot to unpack, but I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Do you believe that Grand Theft Auto 6 has its development restarted or rebooted? Do you think it's years away like Jason Schreier ends up saying? Or do you think that the game is closer than we think like the Rockstar community insiders have been saying this whole time? Let me know what you guys are thinking in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.